Welcome everyone to another episode of Ever Wonder TV, the place where all your wondering thoughts get answered. Before we get started, please subscribe to the channel and remember to hit that notification bell to stay updated on all our latest content. In today's video, we're going to take a look at human extinction, predictions by Stephen Hawking. Are you ready? Let's get started. The past has been a whole year, and many people wonder if 2020 is just the worst year ever. However, the late Cambridge University professor and physicist Stephen Hawking saw a darker future. Although the probability of a disaster on Earth in any given year is very small, it will gradually increase over time, and it is almost certain in the next 10,000 years. Now would have been 78-year-old and suffering Hawking, who had amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, or ALS, said in January for more than half a century. Quote, "At this time, we should expand to space and other stars, so that disasters on Earth will not mean the end of mankind. But until humans can live anywhere outside of this planet, we are all walking on eggshells. At least for the next 100 years, we will not establish self-sufficient colonies in space, so we must be very careful in time." In one of Hawking's more optimistic philosophical thinking, the physicist collaborated with Facebook founder and CEO Mark Zuckerberg and Russian entrepreneur Yuri Milner on the occasion of launching space exploration. When speaking, focus on the power of human beings to surpass our potential. Quote, "What makes a person different? I think what makes us different is to push our boundaries," Hawking stated at the $100 million groundbreaking Starshot project. The project sent an iPhone-sized robot to Alpha Centauri, the closest star to our solar system, only 4.3 light-years away. Today, we are making the next big leap in the universe because we are humans, and our nature is flying. Cosmologists did not avoid politics, attacked the solitaryism of the populist movement, and elected Donald Trump as president. PU is the German who seems to attract the lowest cosigners. Hawking made some harsh remarks on the politics of his country, and he was also worried about his future, warning that Britain's departure from the European Union would limit the cross-border movement of students. "Gone are the days when we can stand against the world alone," he said. "For our safety and trade, we need to be a part of a larger group of nations." Stephen Hawking predicts that a gene-editing technology will produce a race of superhumans, a race of self-creation that is progressing faster and faster. In 2017, the professor told Wired magazine that AI was out of the bottle. He was worried about artificiality. The development of intelligence will create, quote, "a new way of life that transcends humanity." In order to ensure the survival of mankind, theoretical physicists believe that we must colonize other planets and the solar system. Quote, "Communication may be the only thing that can get us out of trouble." Stephen said, "I firmly believe that humans must leave the Earth." Hawking is also worried about climate change. By electing Donald Trump as the president in 2016, the temperature is 250 degrees C. It rains sulfuric acid. If we should contact, he also thinks that the result may not be positive aliens. In 2010, he told Discovery Channel, quote, "If aliens visit, the result will be similar to Columbus's landing in the United States, which didn't go well for the Native Americans." Hawking hypothesized that by 2600, due to overcrowding and energy consumption, humans will turn the Earth into a huge fireball, making it uninhabitable. Therefore, people must live on another planet. Hawking said that humans will have to colonize another planet within 100 years. Otherwise, they will face critical endangerment. Quote, "Due to climate change, premature asteroid strikes, epidemics, and population growth, our own planet is becoming more and more unstable." Although the physicist says technology can help eliminate poverty and disease, he acknowledges that the future is uncertain. Quote, "Successfully creating effective artificial intelligence may be the greatest event in the history of our civilization. Or the worst, we just don't know. So we cannot know whether artificial intelligence will help us infinitely or whether it will be ignored. Marginalized or maybe destroyed, If we do not learn to prepare for and avoid potential risks, artificial intelligence may be the worst event in the history of our civilization. It brings dangers such as powerful autonomous weapons or new methods for the minority to oppress the majority. It could cause major damage to our economy. Given that Hawking spends most of his life exploring space, it is not surprising that he doubts whether other life forms exist. In 2015, Hawking and Russian billionaire Yuri Milner launched a project aimed at eavesdropping on aliens using high-performance computers. The project, called Breakthrough Project, supports SETI at Home, a scientific experiment at the University of California, Berkeley. It uses a computer to scan the sky in search of life. Quote, "Somewhere in the universe, perhaps intelligent life can observe our lights and know their meaning," Hawking said. Or does our light linger in a lifeless universe, and the invisible lighthouse announces that the universe has? Stephen Hawking predicted that in the next 1,000 years, humans will have to find new planets to survive. The reasons for this include factors beyond our control, such as asteroid strikes and epidemics, and self-caused disasters, such as nuclear war, population growth, and global warming. Although quick answers to big questions are fascinating, it often leads to terrible carnival. The only comfort is that some measures can be taken to minimize the risks to our planet and humanity. His books demonstrate the importance of caring for the planet and taking action to eliminate imminent threats to life. We say immediately because Hawking has a very different view of time. When we think of scientific progress, our imagination may stagnate in 100 or 200 years, and anything beyond this range is like science fiction. However, if Homo sapien is to survive the next 1,000 years, we need to consider it from a long-term perspective. For example, Hawking pointed out that after 200,000 years, we can actually transcend the solar system to find a new habitable world, which is vital to the long-term survival of our species. We must also consider short-term threats to civilization and take immediate action to avoid nuclear confrontation and environmental disasters. In short, we need to stop thinking that humans and the planet we live on are indestructible. We can continue to try to explain the most famous scientific ideas of the 21st century, but our normal-sized brains can't fathom it all. The universe is a place full of violence. Stars swallow planets, supernovae emit deadly rays in space, black holes collide, and asteroids spin at hundreds of kilometers per second. Admittedly, these phenomena do not make space sound attractive, but this is why we should venture into space instead of staying there. Asteroid collision will be something we cannot defend. The last major collision of this type with us was about 66 million years ago, and it's believed to have killed the dinosaurs, and it will happen again. This is not science fiction. It is guaranteed by the laws of physics and probability. In the past 5 billion years, life on Earth has been wiped out almost 5 times. Climate change, intense ice ages, volcanoes, and space rocks that hit the Gulf of Mexico 65 million years ago have wiped out dinosaurs and many other species. These events are known as the 5 major extinctions, and all signs indicate that we are now on the verge of a 6th massive extinction. Except this time, none of us can blame ourselves. According to a study published in Science Advances last week, the current extinction rate may be more than 100 times higher than normal. This is just considering the animal species we know best. The Earth's oceans and forests are home to countless species, many of which may have disappeared before we knew them. SpaceX CEO Elon Musk once again expressed his ambition to go to Mars, saying that this is one of the few ways for humans to survive. Speaking of the big filter, Mr. Musk said that we must defeat it before it goes extinct. The big filter is part of the Fermi paradox, which may explain why we have not yet encountered any other civilizations in the universe. In 1950, the physicist Enrico Fermi, the creator of the world's first nuclear reactor, proposed a paradox that, due to the age and size of the universe, there will inevitably be a more advanced many civilizations. This begs the question, why are we alone? Many scientists believe that once a civilization reaches a certain scale, it will eventually kill its planet through wars or natural disasters, using advanced weapons, and commit suicide. One way to overcome the filtering of life in the universe is to become multi-planetary. Mr. Musk led the mission to conquer the solar system, which he hopes will ensure the future status of mankind in the universe. SpaceX and Tesla's boss wrote on Twitter, quote, "Becoming a multi-planet is one of the biggest filters. Only now, 4.5 billion years after the birth of the Earth, it is possible. It is uncertain how long this window to Mars will remain open. Maybe a long time, maybe not. If it's the latter, we should take action now." If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe to our channel for more interesting content in the future. Also, hit the bell icon to stay up to date and be the first one to watch our latest videos. See you again real soon, and thanks for watching.